feeling stuck in a rut, overwhelmed by life's challenges. You're not alone. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to get lost in the noise and forget what truly matters. But what if there was a timeless philosophy that could help you navigate life's ups and downs with greater peace and purpose? Enter Stoicism. This ancient philosophy, practiced by figures like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, offers a practical guide to living a good life. It's not about being emotionless or ignoring your feelings. Instead, Stoicism is about understanding what's within your control and focusing on that. It's about cultivating virtue, embracing reason, and finding inner peace. Imagine being able to weather any storm, bounce back from setbacks, and find joy in the simple things. That's the power of Stoicism. In this guide, we'll explore 20 key Stoic principles that can help you transform your life. We'll delve into practical exercises and real-world examples to show you how to apply these timeless ideas to your modern life. Are you ready to embark on a journey of self-discovery and personal growth? Let's dive into the world of Stoicism and unlock your full potential. Lesson 1. Chill out and focus on what you can control. Ever caught yourself stressing about something totally out of your hands, like worrying about the weather, or the outcome of a sports game, or even what your neighbor is having for dinner? Yeah, me neither. Just kidding. We've all been there. But here's the thing. Worrying about stuff we can't control is like trying to change the past. It's a total waste of energy. Enter the ancient Stoics. These wise old Greeks and Romans had a pretty good handle on this whole not freaking out thing. They figured out that a lot of our suffering comes from worrying about things that are outside of our control. It's like trying to control the weather. Not gonna happen. Epictetus, one of the most famous Stoics, said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Basically, he's saying that you can't control everything that happens to you, but you can control how you react to it. So, how do we do this? Identify what's in your control. Make a list of things you can actually control, like your thoughts, your actions, and your words. Let go of what's not. Accept that there are some things you simply can't control, no matter how hard you try. Focus on the present moment. Instead of worrying about the future or dwelling on the past, focus on what's happening right now. Let's say you're stuck in traffic. You can't control the traffic, but you can control how you react to it. You could get angry and stressed out, or you could use the time to listen to a podcast or call a friend. The choice is yours. Why is this so important? Reduces stress. By focusing on what you can control, you can reduce your overall stress levels. Increases happiness. When you're not constantly worrying about things you can't change, you're free to enjoy the present moment. Improves relationships. When you're less stressed and more focused on the present, you'll be a more pleasant person to be around. The Stoics weren't just a bunch of grumpy old philosophers. They were real people, living in a complex world, just like us. And they figured out a way to thrive, no matter what life threw at them. So, next time you find yourself worrying about something, ask yourself, is this something I can control? If the answer is no, let it go. Focus on what you can control, and you'll be well on your way to a happier, more peaceful life. Remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about progress. Every small step you take towards mastering your mind is a victory. Lesson 2. Practice Stoic mindfulness. All right, so we've talked about how it's a waste of energy to stress about things we can't control. Now let's dive into how to actually do that. The key is something called Stoic mindfulness. You've probably heard of mindfulness, right? It's that trendy thing where you focus on the present moment. Well, the Stoics were doing this stuff way back when. They called it something like living in accordance with nature, but it's basically the same idea. So, what does it mean to practice Stoic mindfulness? It means paying attention to what's happening right now, not worrying about what might happen tomorrow or dwelling on what happened yesterday. It's about being fully present in this very moment. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most famous Stoic emperors, often talked about the importance of living in the present. He said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." In other words, focus on being the best version of yourself right now, not on some idealized future self. How can you practice Stoic mindfulness? Meditation. This is the classic way to practice mindfulness. Even just a few minutes of meditation each day can make a big difference. Mindful eating. Pay attention to the taste, texture, and smell of your food. Mindful walking. Notice the sensations in your feet as you walk, the sounds around you, and the feeling of the wind on your skin. Mindful breathing. Simply focus on your breath. This can help calm your mind and bring you back to the present moment. Let's say you're having a tough day at work. Instead of letting your mind race with negative thoughts, try to focus on your breath. Notice the rise and fall of your chest. This simple act can help you to ground yourself in the present moment and reduce stress. Why is this so important? Reduces stress. Mindfulness can help to reduce stress and anxiety. Improves focus. When you're fully present, you're able to focus on the task at hand. Increases self-awareness. Mindfulness can help you to become more aware of your thoughts, feelings, and bodily sensations. Enhances relationships. When you're present with others, you're more likely to connect on a deeper level. Stoic mindfulness isn't about trying to escape your problems. It's about accepting them and finding peace within yourself, no matter what life throws at you. Remember, it's okay to have bad days. The important thing is to come back to the present moment and to keep practicing. Lesson 3. Embrace discomfort. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. So we've learned to focus on what we can control and to be present in the moment. Now let's talk about something that might sound a little counterintuitive. Embracing discomfort. Yeah, I know. It sounds weird. Why would anyone want to feel uncomfortable? Well, the Stoics had a pretty good reason. They believed that it's in those moments of discomfort where we really grow as people. Remember Epictetus, the guy who said, "It's not what happens to you but how you react to it that matters." Well, he was a big fan of stepping outside of his comfort zone. He knew that by doing so, he could build resilience and become a stronger person. Why is discomfort so important? Personal growth. Every time you step outside of your comfort zone, you're challenging yourself and expanding your capabilities. Building resilience. Overcoming challenges makes you stronger and better equipped to handle future difficulties. Overcoming fear. By facing your fears, you can reduce their power over you. Let's say you're really scared of public speaking. Instead of avoiding it, you could join a public speaking club or volunteer to give a presentation at work. It's going to be uncomfortable, but it's also going to help you overcome your fear and build confidence. Now, I know what you're thinking, but I don't want to feel uncomfortable. And that's totally understandable. But think of it this way: discomfort is like a muscle. The more you work it, the stronger it gets. And the stronger your discomfort muscle gets, the easier it becomes to handle challenging situations. Some tips for embracing discomfort. Start small. Don't try to change your entire life overnight. Start with small, manageable challenges. Challenge your thoughts. When you're feeling uncomfortable, ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen? Focus on the process, not the outcome. Don't get too caught up in the outcome of your actions. Just focus on doing your best. Remember, discomfort is a natural part of life. It's how we grow and learn. So, the next time you're faced with a challenge, embrace it. See it as an opportunity to become a stronger, more resilient version of yourself. Lesson 4. Cultivate gratitude. Find the good in the bad. All right, so we've tackled facing our fears and stepping out of our comfort zones. Now, let's talk about something that can completely change your perspective on life. Gratitude. You might be thinking, gratitude? Really? That's a little too woo-woo for me. But hear me out. The Stoics, those ancient Greek and Roman philosophers who were all about logic and reason, were big fans of gratitude. They believed that focusing on the good things in life could help us to cultivate a more positive outlook. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, said, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." By focusing on gratitude, we can find that happiness within ourselves. Why is gratitude so important? Boosts happiness. When you focus on the good things in your life, you'll naturally feel happier. Reduces stress. Gratitude can help to reduce stress and anxiety by shifting your focus away from what's wrong and towards what's right. Improves relationships. When you're grateful for the people in your life, you're more likely to strengthen those relationships. Increases resilience. Gratitude can help you to cope with difficult times by reminding you of the good things in your life. How can you cultivate gratitude? Gratitude journal. Every day, write down a few things you're grateful for. Mindful meditation. Focus on the positive aspects of your life during meditation. Express gratitude to others. Tell the people in your life how much you appreciate them. Find the silver lining. Even in difficult situations, try to find something to be grateful for. Let's say you've had a really tough day at work. Instead of focusing on all the negative things that happened, try to find something positive. Maybe you had a really good conversation with a colleague, or maybe you learned something new. Remember, gratitude isn't about pretending that everything is perfect. It's about acknowledging the good things in your life, no matter how small. So, what are you grateful for today? Make a list. And remember, the more you practice gratitude, the easier it becomes to see the beauty in everyday life. Lesson 5. Let go of the past. Move on. All right, so we've talked about gratitude, facing our fears, and being present. Now, let's tackle something that can really hold us back. The past. We all have moments we wish we could change, right? Mistakes we've made, opportunities we've missed. But here's the thing. The past is the past. It's gone. Dwelling on it is like trying to drive a car while looking in the rearview mirror. You're going to end up crashing. Epictetus said, "The chief task in life is simply this, to identify and distinguish between what you have control over and what you don't." The past is something we don't have control over. So why waste our energy worrying about it? Why is it so hard to let go of the past? Regret. We often regret the choices we've made, and this can lead to feelings of guilt and shame. Fear. We might be afraid of repeating past mistakes or of experiencing similar pain. Identity. Sometimes our identity becomes so wrapped up in our past experiences that it's hard to let go. How can you let go of the past? Accept what happened. Accept that the past is in the past. You can't change it. Forgive yourself. Everyone makes mistakes. Forgive yourself for your past actions. Focus on the present. Instead of dwelling on the past, focus on what you can do right now. Learn from your mistakes. Use your past experiences as learning opportunities. Let's say you had a big argument with a friend a few months ago. You're still feeling hurt and angry. Instead of dwelling on the negative feelings, try to understand what happened and learn from the experience. Maybe you realized that you could have communicated your feelings more effectively. Remember, holding on to the past is like carrying around a heavy backpack. The more you carry it, the harder it becomes to move forward. So, how do you let go of that backpack? One step at a time. Focus on the present moment. Practice gratitude. And remember, you're not alone. We all struggle with letting go of the past. Lesson 6. Live in the present moment. Seize the day. All right, so we've talked about letting go of the past. Now, let's talk about how to stay in the present moment. It's like being on a roller coaster. The past is behind you, the future is ahead, but the only time you can truly experience is right now. Marcus Aurelius, that wise old Roman emperor, said, "The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it." In other words, our happiness and fulfillment depend on our ability to focus on the present moment. Why is it so hard to live in the present? Worry. We often worry about the future, which can prevent us from enjoying the present. Regret. We might dwell on past mistakes, which can also take us away from the present moment. Distractions. Our phones, social media, and other distractions can pull us away from the present. How can you live in the present moment? Mindfulness meditation. This is a great way to train your mind to focus on the present. Engage your senses. Pay attention to what you're seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, and feeling. One thing at a time. Focus on one task at a time, without multitasking. Enjoy the little things. Appreciate the simple pleasures of life. Let's say you're eating a meal. Instead of scrolling through your phone or watching TV, try to focus on the taste, texture, and smell of your food. Notice the sensations in your mouth. This simple act can help you to be more present and enjoy your meal. Remember, the present moment is a gift. It's the only time we truly have. By learning to live in the present, we can experience more joy, peace, and fulfillment. Lesson 7. Practice self-discipline. Train your mind, tame your beast. All right, so we've been talking about mindfulness, gratitude, and living in the present. Now, let's talk about something that's essential for all of that. Self-discipline. You know that feeling when you really want to binge watch that new show, but you know you should be working on that project. That's where self-discipline comes in. It's the muscle you need to do what you need to do, even when you don't feel like it. The Stoics were all about self-discipline. They believed that our ability to control our desires and impulses was key to a happy and fulfilling life. Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." And how we react is often a matter of self-discipline. Why is self-discipline so important? Achieving goals. Self-discipline is essential for achieving any goal, big or small. Building character. Overcoming challenges strengthens your character. Reducing stress. When you have self-discipline, you're less likely to make impulsive decisions that can lead to stress. How can you practice self-discipline? Start small. Begin with small, achievable goals. Create a routine. Having a routine can help you stay on track. Find an accountability partner. Having someone to check in with can help you stay motivated. Reward yourself. Celebrate your successes, no matter how small. Let's say you want to start exercising regularly. You could start by committing to just 10 minutes of exercise each day. Once that becomes a habit, you can gradually increase the duration and intensity of your workouts. Remember, self-discipline is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. And the stronger it gets, the easier it becomes to resist temptation and achieve your goals. Lesson 8. Embrace simplicity. Less is more. All right, we've talked about self-discipline, living in the moment, and letting go of the past. Now let's talk about something that can really declutter your life: simplicity. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle. We're bombarded with information, products, and expectations. This constant noise can leave us feeling overwhelmed and stressed. The Stoics understood this. They preached about the value of a simple life, free from unnecessary possessions and distractions. Why is simplicity so important? Reduces stress. Less stuff means less to worry about. Increases focus. When you simplify your life, you can focus on what truly matters. Boosts happiness. Research shows that people who have fewer possessions tend to be happier. How can you embrace simplicity? Declutter your space. Get rid of anything you don't use or love. Digital detox. Limit your screen time and social media usage. Simplify your routines. Find ways to streamline your daily tasks. Imagine your home is a cluttered closet. It's hard to find anything, and it feels overwhelming. Now imagine that same closet, but clean and organized. It's much easier to find what you need, and it feels more peaceful. That's what simplifying your life can do for you. The Stoics talked about the concept of negative visualization. This is the practice of imagining losing the things you value. It sounds morbid, but it can actually be a powerful tool for cultivating gratitude and simplicity. If you imagine losing your phone, for example, you might realize how much time you waste on it and how much simpler your life could be without it. Remember, simplicity isn't about deprivation. It's about focusing on what truly matters. By embracing simplicity, you can free yourself from the burdens of materialism and enjoy a more peaceful and fulfilling life. Lesson 9. Cultivate virtue. Be the best version of yourself. All right, so we've been talking about simplifying our lives, practicing self-discipline, and living in the present. Now let's talk about something a bit deeper: virtue. Virtue isn't just about being a good person. It's about being the best version of yourself. The Stoics believed that virtue was the highest good, and they spent a lot of time thinking about how to cultivate it. Why is virtue so important? Happiness. Virtuous people tend to be happier and more fulfilled. Strong relationships. Virtue helps build strong, lasting relationships. Meaningful life. A virtuous life is a meaningful life. How can you cultivate virtue? Identify your values. What do you believe in? What kind of person do you want to be? Practice virtue. The more you practice virtuous behavior, the easier it becomes. Learn from others. Look for role models who embody the virtues you admire. Reflect on your actions. Take time each day to reflect on your behavior. Let's say you value honesty. You could practice this virtue by being truthful in all your interactions, even when it's difficult. Or perhaps you value compassion. You could practice this by volunteering your time to help others. Remember, virtue isn't about perfection. It's about striving to be a better person every day. The Stoics often talked about the idea of progress, not perfection. It's okay to make mistakes. What matters is that you learn from them and keep trying to do better. Lesson 10. Find joy in the simple things. Happiness is a journey, not a destination. All right, so we've been talking about cultivating virtue, simplifying our lives, and practicing self-discipline. Now let's talk about something that ties it all together: finding joy in the simple things. It's easy to get caught up in the idea that happiness is something we have to chase. We think that if we just get that promotion, buy that new car, or find that perfect partner, then we'll finally be happy. But the truth is, happiness isn't a destination. It's a journey, and it's often found in the simplest of pleasures. The Stoics understood this concept well. They believed that true happiness came from within, and that it was not dependent on external circumstances. Epicurus, another ancient philosopher, argued that pleasure was the highest good, but not the kind of pleasure you get from luxury or excess. Instead, he emphasized the importance of simple pleasures, like friendship, good food, and a peaceful mind. Why is finding joy in the simple things so important? Reduces stress. Focusing on the little things can help you appreciate what you have and reduce stress. Increases happiness. Simple pleasures can boost your mood and overall well-being. Fosters gratitude. When you find joy in the simple things, you're more likely to be grateful for what you have. How can you find joy in the simple things? Practice mindfulness. Pay attention to the present moment and savor the small things. Spend time in nature. Nature has a way of calming the mind and lifting the spirits. Connect with loved ones. Strong relationships are a source of great joy. Engage in hobbies. Doing something you love can be very rewarding. Let's say you're feeling stressed out. Instead of scrolling through social media, try going for a walk in nature. Pay attention to the sounds of the birds, the feel of the sun on your skin, and the beauty of the trees. This simple act can do wonders for your mood. Remember, happiness isn't a destination, it's a journey. By finding joy in the simple things, you can make that journey more enjoyable. Lesson 11. Learn from failure. Failure is not the opposite of success, it's part of it. Okay, let's get real for a second. Life is full of ups and downs. We all stumble, we all make mistakes. But it's what we do after we fall that truly defines us. The Stoics, those ancient Greek philosophers who knew a thing or two about dealing with adversity, would say that failure is not something to be feared, but rather an opportunity for growth. Why is it so hard to learn from failure? Ego. Our egos can take a hit when we fail, making it hard to admit our mistakes. Fear. Fear of failure can hold us back from taking risks. Comparison. We often compare ourselves to others, and when we fall short, it can be discouraging. How can you learn from failure? Embrace it. Failure is a normal part of life. Don't be afraid to embrace it. Analyze it. Try to understand what went wrong. What could you have done differently? Learn from it. Use your failures as learning opportunities. Move on. Once you've learned from your mistakes, it's important to move on. Imagine you're trying to learn a new skill, like playing the guitar. You practice for weeks, but you still can't seem to get the hang of it. You might feel frustrated and want to give up. Instead of quitting, try to figure out what's holding you back. Maybe you need to find a new teacher or practice a different technique. Remember, failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of it. Thomas Edison famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Every failure brings you one step closer to success. Lesson 12. Practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself. We've talked a lot about pushing ourselves, overcoming challenges, and striving for excellence. But what about being kind to ourselves? That's where self-compassion comes in. Think of self-compassion as giving yourself the same kindness and understanding you'd give a good friend. It's about recognizing that everyone makes mistakes and that it's okay to not be perfect all the time. Why is self-compassion so important? Reduces stress. Being kind to yourself can help reduce feelings of anxiety and stress, boosts resilience. Self-compassion can help you bounce back from setbacks more easily, improves relationships. When you're kind to yourself, you're more likely to be kind to others. How can you practice self-compassion? Talk to yourself kindly. Notice your inner critic and replace negative self-talk with positive affirmations. Practice mindfulness. Pay attention to your thoughts and feelings without judgment. Be patient with yourself. Remember that change takes time. Treat yourself with kindness. Do things that make you feel good. Imagine you've just made a mistake at work. Instead of beating yourself up, try to approach the situation with compassion. You might say to yourself, "Everyone makes mistakes. I'll learn from this and do better next time." The Stoics, while emphasizing strength and virtue, also recognized the importance of moderation and self-care. They understood that pushing oneself too hard could lead to burnout and unhappiness. Remember, self-compassion isn't about being lazy or making excuses for your behavior. It's about treating yourself with kindness and understanding, even when things don't go as planned. Lesson 13. Cultivate strong relationships. It's all about connection. All right, we've covered a lot of ground so far. Self-discipline, simplicity, virtue, and even self-compassion. Now let's talk about something that's at the heart of the human experience: relationships. The Stoics understood the importance of human connection. While they emphasized self-reliance and inner strength, they also recognized that we are social creatures and that our relationships play a crucial role in our happiness and well-being. Why are strong relationships so important? Happiness. Humans are social animals. Strong relationships provide us with a sense of belonging and purpose. Support. Friends and family can offer support during challenging times. Growth. Relationships can help us grow as individuals. How can you cultivate strong relationships? Be present. When you're with someone, be fully present. Put away your phone and give them your undivided attention. Active listening. Really listen to what the other person is saying. Don't just wait for your turn to speak. Empathy. Try to see things from the other person's perspective. Give and receive. Relationships are a two-way street. Give as much as you receive. Imagine you're having a conversation with a friend. Instead of just waiting for your turn to talk, try to really listen to what they're saying. Ask follow-up questions and show that you're interested in what they have to say. Remember, strong relationships take time and effort to build. It's not just about hanging out with people, it's about creating deep connections. The Stoics would say that true friendship is based on shared values and mutual respect. Lesson 14. Serve others. It's not just a saying. So we've talked about self-improvement, relationships, and finding joy in the simple things. Now, let's talk about something that ties it all together: serving others. It might sound cliché, but the truth is that helping others can make the world a better place and make you feel better too. The Stoics, those ancient Greek philosophers who preached about virtue, believed that serving others was a fundamental part of a good life. They saw it as a way to connect with others, to make a positive impact on the world, and to find meaning in life. Why is serving others so important? Happiness. Helping others can give you a sense of purpose and fulfillment. Connection. Serving others can help you build stronger relationships. Perspective. Volunteering can help you appreciate what you have. How can you serve others? Volunteer. There are countless organizations that need volunteers. Random acts of kindness. Do something nice for someone, even if it's just a small gesture. Mentorship. Share your knowledge and experience with others. Imagine you're volunteering at a local food bank. As you sort through donations, you might meet someone who's struggling to make ends meet. By helping them, you're not only making a difference in their life, but you're also gaining a deeper understanding of the challenges faced by others. Remember, serving others doesn't have to be a big, dramatic gesture. It can be as simple as helping a neighbor with their groceries or offering a listening ear to a friend in need. Lesson 15. Embrace solitude. Find peace in the quiet. All right, we've talked about connecting with others, serving our communities, and finding joy in the simple things. But what about spending time alone? It might sound counterintuitive, but solitude can be a powerful tool for personal growth and happiness. In our fast-paced, always connected world, it can be hard to find moments of peace and quiet. But the Stoics understood the value of solitude. They believed that spending time alone allowed them to reflect on their lives, connect with their inner selves, and develop greater self-awareness. Why is solitude so important? Creativity. Solitude can spark creativity and new ideas. Self-reflection. Spending time alone allows you to reflect on your thoughts and feelings. Stress reduction. Solitude can help reduce stress and anxiety. How can you embrace solitude? Digital detox. Unplug from technology and spend some time in nature. Meditation. Practice mindfulness to quiet your mind and connect with the present moment. Journaling. Write about your thoughts and feelings. Imagine you're feeling overwhelmed. Instead of scrolling through social media, try taking a walk in the park. Pay attention to the sounds of nature, the feel of the sun on your skin, and the beauty of the trees. This simple act can help you to clear your head and find some peace. Remember, solitude is not the same as loneliness. Loneliness is a painful feeling that comes from feeling disconnected from others. Solitude, on the other hand, is a choice. It's a time for self-reflection, creativity, and rejuvenation. Lesson 16. Live in accordance with nature, finding your place in the universe. We've talked a lot about personal growth, relationships, and finding peace. But what about our connection to the world around us? That's where the concept of living in accordance with nature comes in. The Stoics were big believers in this idea. They argued that by aligning ourselves with the natural order of things, we could find greater peace and contentment. What does it mean to live in accordance with nature? It's not just about going camping or growing a garden, although those things can help. It's about understanding your place in the universe and accepting things as they are. It's about finding balance between your desires and what's truly important. Why is it important to live in accordance with nature? Reduces stress. When you're in tune with nature, you're less likely to feel overwhelmed by the hustle and bustle of modern life. Increases happiness. Connecting with nature can boost your mood and overall well-being. Fosters gratitude. Appreciating the beauty of the natural world can help you cultivate gratitude. How can you live in accordance with nature? Spend time outdoors. Go for a hike, sit in a park, or simply open a window and let in some fresh air. Practice mindfulness. Pay attention to the present moment and savor the simple things. Eat a healthy diet. Nourish your body with whole, unprocessed foods. Reduce your consumption. Be mindful of your impact on the environment. Imagine you're feeling stressed out from work. Instead of scrolling through your phone, try going for a walk in the woods. Pay attention to the trees, the birds, and the feeling of the earth beneath your feet. You might be surprised at how quickly your stress melts away. Remember, living in accordance with nature isn't about becoming a hermit. It's about finding a balance between your inner world and the outer world. By connecting with nature, you can find a deeper sense of meaning and purpose. Lesson 17. Question your beliefs. It's okay to doubt. All right, let's get a little philosophical. We've been talking about a lot of stuff: nature, relationships, personal growth. But have you ever stopped to question why you believe the things you believe? The Stoics, those ancient Greek philosophers who loved a good thought experiment, would encourage us to constantly question our beliefs. They believed that by doing so, we could become wiser and more virtuous. Why is it important to question your beliefs? Growth. It helps you grow as a person. Open-mindedness. It makes you more open to new ideas. Truth. It helps you get closer to the truth. How can you question your beliefs? Ask why. Whenever you have a belief, ask yourself why you believe it. Consider the evidence. What evidence supports your belief? What evidence contradicts it? Talk to others. Discuss your beliefs with people who have different perspectives. Imagine you've always believed that money can buy happiness, but then you meet someone who is very wealthy but seems deeply unhappy. This might make you question your belief. Maybe there's more to happiness than just money. Remember, questioning your beliefs doesn't mean you have to abandon them. It's just a way to strengthen them or to find new ones that are more accurate. The Socratic method, a way of questioning to stimulate critical thinking, is a great example of this. Lesson 18. Practice delayed gratification, the art of waiting. All right, let's talk about something that's pretty tough for a lot of us in our instant gratification world: delayed gratification. It's the ability to resist temptation now for a greater reward later. The ancient Stoics were all about delayed gratification. They believed that by delaying pleasure and embracing discomfort, we could strengthen our character and live more fulfilling lives. Why is delayed gratification so important? Goal achievement. It helps you achieve your long-term goals. Self-control. It strengthens your self-control. Happiness. Ironically, delaying gratification can lead to greater happiness in the long run. How can you practice delayed gratification? Set goals. Having clear goals gives you something to work towards. Find a distraction. When you're tempted to give in, find something else to do. Reward yourself. Once you've achieved your goal, reward yourself. Imagine you're trying to save up for a vacation. Every time you pass by that new gadget you want, you're tempted to buy it. But you remember your vacation goal and decide to resist the temptation. When you finally go on that vacation, the feeling of satisfaction will be much greater than the temporary pleasure of buying that gadget. Remember, delayed gratification isn't about depriving yourself. It's about making conscious choices that align with your long-term goals. The Stoics would say that true happiness comes from living a virtuous life, and that often means making sacrifices in the short term. Lesson 19. Cultivate inner peace. Find your calm in the chaos. All right, let's talk about something that's pretty universal: the desire for inner peace. In our fast-paced, noisy world, finding a quiet moment can feel like a luxury. But the Stoics knew that inner peace wasn't just a nice-to-have, it was essential for a good life. Why is inner peace so important? Happiness. It's a key ingredient for happiness. Health. It can improve your physical and mental health. Relationships. It helps you build stronger relationships. How can you cultivate inner peace? Mindfulness. Pay attention to the present moment without judgment. Meditation. Practice regular meditation to quiet your mind. Gratitude. Focus on the positive things in your life. Let go. Don't dwell on the past or worry about the future. Imagine you're feeling stressed about work. Instead of letting your mind race with negative thoughts, try practicing mindfulness. Focus on your breath, the sensations in your body, and the sounds around you. This simple act can help you to calm down and find a sense of peace. Remember, inner peace isn't a destination, it's a journey. It's something you have to work on every day. The Stoics would say that the key to inner peace is to accept what you cannot change and focus on what you can control. Lesson 20. Live a meaningful life, finding your purpose. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground. We've talked about everything from finding inner peace to questioning our beliefs. But what does it all mean? What's the point of life? The Stoics had a pretty clear answer to that question. The purpose of life is to live virtuously. To them, living a virtuous life meant living in accordance with nature and cultivating the virtues of wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Why is it important to live a meaningful life? Happiness. A sense of purpose can lead to greater happiness and fulfillment. Resilience. A meaningful life can help you overcome challenges. Legacy. You'll leave a positive impact on the world. How can you live a meaningful life? Identify your values. What is most important to you? Set goals. Having goals gives you something to strive for. Help others. Serving others can give your life purpose. Continuously learn. Keep growing and expanding your knowledge. Imagine you're feeling lost and unfulfilled. You might start by asking yourself some big questions. What am I passionate about? What are my strengths? What kind of impact do I want to have on the world? Answering these questions can help you to find your purpose. Remember, a meaningful life is a journey, not a destination. It's about constantly striving to be a better person and making a positive contribution to the world. So, what does a meaningful life look like to you? Maybe it's starting a family, making a difference in your community, or simply enjoying the simple things in life. Whatever it is, the most important thing is that it feels authentic and fulfilling. So, there you have it. 20 Stoic principles to help you navigate life's challenges and live a more fulfilling existence. Remember, Stoicism isn't just a philosophy. It's a practical tool that can be applied to your everyday life. By embracing these principles, you're not just changing your thoughts, you're changing your life. But don't just take our word for it. The Stoics have been inspiring people for centuries, from Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor who meditated on Stoic philosophy while leading armies, to modern-day CEOs and athletes who use Stoicism to enhance their performance. The benefits of this ancient philosophy are clear. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Start by choosing 1 or 2 principles that resonate with you and incorporate them into your daily life. Practice mindfulness, cultivate gratitude, and focus on what you can control. As you continue to explore Stoicism, you'll discover a newfound sense of peace, resilience, and purpose. Remember, life is full of ups and downs. It's how we respond to these challenges that defines us. By adopting a Stoic mindset, you'll be better equipped to handle whatever life throws your way. So, what are you waiting for? Embrace the Stoic philosophy and start living the life you've always wanted. Remember, the only person you can truly control is yourself.